It doesn't always look like it does in the movies. The most important thing that you can do when trying to breed your Tegus. In this video, we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of breeding Tegus and other reptiles. We're also going to take a look at some footage of Tegus breeding right now, right here in my backyard. So let's get to it. I'm going to do this video a little bit differently with as few cuts as possible. It may be a little boring, but I think for the people that are here to actually see Tegus breed and to get those pointers and to know what to expect, it'll be helpful and useful to you. So I came outside to check on the Tegus, and I see that Payload was trying to breed some of the ladies he has in his enclosure, Jasmine and Houdini. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to get some footage of what it actually looks like and what you can expect if you plan on breeding Tegus one day. So what he's going to do is he's going to nudge her, he's going to bite her on the neck, and he's going to get her into the correct position so he can lift her tail. It doesn't always look like it does in the movies. They're not always very graceful, but as you can see, she is lifting her tail for him. But there's always going to be a little bit of fight. This is what a lock looks like. Hopefully I'm getting this on camera. You see he has his tail underneath hers, and he's biting her neck to hold her in place. But she was very receptive. She lifted her tail pretty easily. And that is sometimes a good clue that they are ovulating. He will hold her here. We'll see how long. Usually 30 seconds to a minute. We're just gonna do real time. I could skip ahead, but figured the people watching this, let me know. But I figured y'all would like to see it real time, exactly how it is, so that when you're in this position, you know what to expect. So there he goes, he released her. Then he's gonna drag his stuff on the ground a little bit and Payload's going to bed. That's it from him. And then Jasmine, she's fine. And she's probably just gonna hang out here and bask for a little bit. That's my first lock that I've seen with Payload and Jasmine, but I have seen him lock up several times with Houdini. And she is looking pretty big. So, here's Jasmine, beautiful female, and yeah, that looked like a pretty solid lock. So I didn't really plan on making this video. I just came outside and saw them breeding and thought, hey, this is a good opportunity to film this. So because I didn't really plan for it, I didn't prepare exactly what I'm gonna say, so I'm probably gonna miss a couple things when it comes to breeding your Tegus, or a lot of things. But that's what the comment section is for down below. You can leave questions. I have responded to every single comment that has ever been left on my channel to date. So if you have a question or just want to say something nice, go ahead and drop a comment below and I will do my best and help you out. So Tegu breeding. I mentioned one time while they were breeding that it can be a bit rough. Okay, that can be tricky, knowing what's too rough and what's normal. Okay, if you're seeing blood, then it's too rough. That's just a pretty clear statement there. If there's blood, it's too rough. Now, why does it have to be rough? Well, natural selection. So if females just went around and bred with every single male out there, we'd have a lot of weak Tegus out in the wild. But the way it's set up is that the male needs to be strong enough and big enough to pin down the female. Okay, it's in their DNA for her to put up a little bit of a fight, a little bit of a struggle. So it's just natural selection. The strong reproduce, the large reproduce, and that's why it can look a bit rough. Now, thinking about what are the main things I want to tell you guys when it comes to breeding your Tegus or breeding any reptiles, it's actually kind of hard to come up with the top tips, and that's because there's not really any. The most important thing that you can do when trying to breed your Tegus or any reptile is just focus on their husbandry. If you give them what they need, and if you understand their requirements, and you provide all of those things to them, then breeding is going to happen naturally. So when I'm trying to breed an animal, especially if it's for the first time, I don't research how to breed blah, 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 okay? First, I always research how to care for that specific animal, because meeting their needs is the most important thing when it comes to breeding. If an animal is well cared for, the best sign that they are healthy and happy is if they're reproducing. So give them all their needs, and that is housing, temperature, diet, the list can go on. It's all of those things. So once you figure out those things, then you can start looking into breeding and being prepared for that, having multiple enclosures, an incubator, a market for the babies when they hatch, because not anyone can just breed Tegus and sell them. You know, people want to buy from someone that they trust and someone that they know has lots of experience. So there's a lot to keep in mind when you're planning on breeding an animal, but the most important thing if you want to have success with breeding any species is researching their care and knowing exactly what they need and knowing how to go above and beyond. So I know I got a little bit preachy there, but that is a very important topic to me. I see a lot of people asking questions about breeding. How do I do this? How do I do that? Well, go back to the basics. That's my suggestion to a lot of people. Not everyone. Some people know the care and they've done all of that and they're at the point of trying to tweak and figure out those detailed things, but most just need to go back to the basics and research the husbandry, figure those things out first, learn exactly what you need, and go from there. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Maybe you learned a little bit, maybe you didn't. If you agree with what I'm sharing, share this video, like this video, subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate each and every one of you that have subscribed. We are growing extremely fast. I thought it would go much slower. I am blown away by the feedback that I've gotten from these videos. I appreciate every single one of you. It actually means a lot. Me and my wife are always looking at how many subscribers I got. Even Liam is, I want to see the number. So it's cool, it's been fun. I appreciate everyone. Subscribe if you haven't. If you're excited about seeing some payload babies, I mean, they should be coming. They should be coming. First the eggs, then the babies. So I'm truly not even worried about that. What I'm worried about is giving my animals exactly what they need, taking care of the females and payload the best I can, and just trusting nature to take its course. So thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time in another Rose City Reptiles video. Bye.